Hey guys, the Sneaky Snake here for Brothers in Arms World of Warships. In today's video, I'm going to show you a replay that I had in the Tier 8 Japanese battle cruiser battleship, the Amagi, here playing some Domination on the map 2 Brothers. I am playing by myself. This replay that I wanted to show you guys is just the raw power that this ship possesses. This is both recorded and not recorded, the highest amount of DPM that I have ever obtained in a single battle. This battle will only last for about 10 minutes, and I don't even shoot my guns in anger for the first few minutes in the game, and from the time that I do until the battle is over, the enemy team is going to get absolutely slaughtered by this amazing set of guns on this fantastic ship. The Amagi here at Tier 8 is, quite frankly, the best ship, probably tier for tier besides the Yamato, in the game. It's just dealing raw damage. The guns are extremely accurate. It's the only battleship in the game that if you equip the accuracy equipment slot that has less than 200 meters dispersion on its main guns, which doesn't sound really good, but for battleship caliber armament, that's amazing. A lot of the other accurate ships in the game, like a Nagato, are 20 to 25 meters more dispersion. And that thing only has 8 guns. This thing is just a perfect balance of having brutal firepower and pinned point accuracy. And this is certainly the best sniping ship in the game, no doubt whatsoever, at least amongst the battleships. So I'm heading over here to the western end of the map to the objective Alpha. The 2 and 3 line is quite the brawling point and quite the brawling place on this map. So I set my course towards the west side, and I'm heading over there, and unfortunately this Nagato spawned in a bit late. I think we all know what's going to happen here. Oh boy, yep, totally going to ram him. Scratch my paint. Oh man. Oh boy, some people, no situational awareness whatsoever. Oh well. Regardless of that, yeah, this replay is just the raw power. This thing is, I've only played 5 games in this ship up to this replay that you've seen here, and average damage, experience, just far and beyond what, I mean, I'm pretty decent in battleships. They're my second best ship, at least in terms of experience and of the classes, destroyers, cruisers, and battleships. And, I mean, I haven't found a battleship in this game that I just absolutely love. I mean, the Iowa is probably up there as my favorite. I played a lot of games in the North Carolina, but the difference between those two ships and this one, even with the accuracy buff that those higher tier American battleships have gotten in recent patches, is just, it's substantial. I take my first shot at the enemy New Orleans is coming. However, he gets citadeled massively right before I shoot, and it causes his engine to get busted. And unfortunately for me, the shells fall too far in front. So I'm now reloading. The Amagi has a really good reload of 30 seconds flat, and these guns shoot out to a range of around 19 and a half kilometers once you get it fully upgraded. And in this replay, I haven't fully upgraded my Amagi. I'm still on the B-hull, and I do not have the range equipment either. So as we're moving over here, there's an enemy Fubuki, there's the enemy New Orleans. I'm still looking for a shot on him, but I see he's about to die, so I decide to hold my fire. Yeah, the enemy Fubuki's over here, North Carolina, there's a Fuso, and there's going to be plenty more ships coming over here, trust me. There's an Aoba pops up on the map. So I'm just trying to get close enough to where I can start doing some damage. Also, an enemy Mitsuki just appeared in the middle of Objective Alpha. So at this point, pretty standard for Domination on this map. Our team has taken 2 objectives, and the enemy team has taken 2 objectives. That's generally how it works here. And at this point, it's just who can kill what and how fast. So I'm moving my Amagi here into position. I'm still detected from those enemy destroyers that are lurking around A, and it's at this point that I spot my first good salvo to shoot at. Another enemy New Orleans comes around, and right here at this point is where the sustained DPM begins with the first shot that does some damage. Unfortunately, the first salvo, 2 overpens for 2,500 damage. So that time, about 1640 left in the game is when I dealt my first bit of damage. So I'm moving up, and I see that the New Orleans is, he turned away a little bit, but he's still going away on roughly a parallel course with me. Turns in a little bit, looking for a nice shot. The guns are reloaded, and I let my full broadside out. Look at the dispersion on the guns. This is something that you just could not do with any regularity whatsoever on the Turpitz, North Carolina, and oh yeah, baby. 30,000 damage done, 3 penetrating salvos, 2 citadels. What a salvo. Yeah, that'll get that New Orleans to turn away in a jiffy, that's for sure. Unfortunately for the enemy Ioba, as I noticed, I got about 6 seconds left on the reload. I see that he accidentally ran aground over there, so I'm looking for the shot, and I know that he's slowing down, and now he's starting to speed up, so I aim just a little bit above the rear portion of his ship. Those 2 shells looking pretty good. Oh yeah, there it is. 4 penetrating hits, a Citadel, 26,000 damage, and all of a sudden, 2 salvos already up to 57,000 damage, and we're just getting warmed up. So the enemy New Orleans has had his health deleted on more or less 1 salvo. The enemy Ioba had most of his health deleted on more or less 1 salvo. I see the Cleveland pull out just too far. I get my 3rd broadside of the game that's going to do some massive damage here. Shells are inbound. Pretty decent accuracy. Oh, there he is. 12,000, 13,000. All right. Another 20k plus salvo. Back to back to back. And just instantly, we're already up at 83,000 damage. Fortunately for me, I start turning to get out of the way of the torpedoes. I will take one in the rear right here. Knocks out the engine. I immediately go with the repair and get the damage control party going. Starting to come under some of the concentrated firepower of whatever's left of the enemy fleet over here, so I decide to turn away and change my engagement. However, I do get set on fire right as my repair runs out, so I'm going to be bleeding some health points. Now, at this point, I see that the enemy Fuso has moved over to the island. We have destroyed 2 enemy ships and have around a 200-point advantage at this part of the game. I see enemy torpedoes are inbound on my position on the rear aft quarter of the ship, and I shoot my guns at the enemy Fuso, who pops out just going nice and slow from that island. Oh dear. 16,900 damage. I unfortunately do not manage to get a Citadel, but nonetheless, 4 salvos, and I'm up to 100,000 damage. And that all happened in roughly 2 minutes and 45 seconds. Back to back to back to back salvos, 100,000 damage. And we're not done yet, folks. Let me tell you. We've now killed the 3rd enemy ship, have almost a 300-point lead, and at this point we're also capturing Objective A, the friendly Hachiharu who's moved in there, and we're looking to pretty much take care of this enemy team really fast. I see the Fuso starts to turn more back to the starboard side. I let out a full broadside, however he does soften his angle just slightly, so let's see... no, some of the shells just barely hit the bottom, 2 overpens, 2,500 damage again. I continue my turn, however, the Bajoni gives me a little love tap, so, okay, no problem, no problem. And at this point, I see that an enemy Nagato has come to play as well. And if you've noticed, the ranges that I've been doing the very good damage have all been above 13, 14 kilometers. I see that the enemy Nagato here at about 16 kilometers starts to turn broadside, and this is one of the worst things that you can do in both the Nagato and the Amagi. Start turning and present roughly more or less a broadside at this part, and... oh my goodness. 6 penetrating strikes, 2 Citadels, 45,000 damage done. That Nagato just got absolutely wrecked. Yeah, buddy, I'd turn away if I were you too. And it's at this point that the enemy North Carolina is also giving a pretty decent bit of broadside. See what happens here. I do pick up the high caliber, 30 shells hit, 6 Citadels. Unfortunately, I am just a tad too high on the North Carolina, end up with 2 ricochets. However, I'm still going to be looking for another salvo at that enemy ship. So we've turned away a Nagato, we've turned away a Cleveland, we've turned away an Ioba, we've turned away a New Orleans, who has since then just been running from the battle the entire time. We've now gained a sizable point lead, almost 400 points, and this North Carolina is still presenting more or less a broadside. He turned away slightly, but he's still sailing in a straight line. Shells are inbound. Salvo looks pretty good. Oh, baby. 26,000 damage done. Another Citadel, 4 penetrating strikes. We pick up a Confederate to go. 175,000 damage. Oh, my goodness. This has just been amazing. Now I catch the Fuso. I start turning to the port side just to get my guns going, get all of them. I will pull a tactical Notzer here. Wanted to get all those guns. Shots out on the Fuso. There it is. 12,900 damage done. Fuso taken out. 1 Citadel, 2 penetrating strikes, 1 overpen, 188,000 damage. Holy crap. I've only been shooting my guns for roughly 5 minutes, coming up on 6 minutes, and I've almost done 200,000 damage. And for some reason, this Cleveland just, I'm going to pop out behind the island again, get another full broadside out, sitting at 5,400 health. Shells are on the way. Yeah. You kind of figured that was coming, right? Citadel, 1 penetrating strike. Second enemy ship taken care of, 193,000 damage done, and we have just obliterated the enemy team over here. I mean, holy crap. Getting ready for the reload. The enemy North Carolina is presenting a broadside. So I'm like, yes, all right. Gonna get 200,000 damage here. No way. But unfortunately, the game is about to end. And as my shells are in midair, the game ends. We take care of victory here on Two Brothers. What a result. Taking a look now at the post-battle results, 326,000 credits earned, 6,600 experience, a Confederate and high caliber, 193,588 damage done off of 9 citadels and 42 target hits, 2 ships destroyed. After doing some mathematical calculations after the battle, I averaged from the time that I did my first damaging salvo in the roughly 6.5 minute period, 32,000 damage per minute. That is just wow. Taking a look now at the team score, 1,984 base XP. Again, 2 ships destroyed. Certainly would have been more, and I certainly would have eclipsed 200,000 damage if the game would have continued, but alas, this was just one of those good old-fashioned butt-whoopings on the enemy team. So, Amagi, what can I say? Just a fantastic ship. I've done so much damage. I've only played 6 games in this thing, and I love it to bits. It is a great ship. Easily the best armament on any Tier 8 battleship that I've used, and I have played all 3. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I really thank you guys so much for getting that German battleships video that we posted a couple days ago out there for the community to see. Really gave our channel some vision and some good likes, some good comments. I enjoyed the banter that I saw in the comment section. So again, thank you guys very much. I hope you enjoyed this replay. This is the Sneaky Snake for Brothers in Arms World of Warships. Have a great day.